Okay, so let's jump right in. You know, we always talk about AI like it's this totally new thing, right? This force that's going to change everything. But what if I told you that maybe one of the best roadmaps for our AI future was actually written, get this, over 60 years ago? Yeah, today we're going to dig into a classic story that is spookily relevant to how we deal with tech right now.
And, this is really the heart of it. The story we're talking about, Ray Bradbury's I Sing the Body Electric, yeah, the one from the Twilight Zone. It's not amazing because it predicted your smartphone. No way. It's real power. The thing that makes it stick with you is how deeply it gets people. Like, it has this almost chillingly accurate take on who we are, what we need, and where we're most vulnerable.
So the story kicks off in a really heavy place, a quiet house right after a tragedy. A mother has passed away, and her absence, it's not just an absence. It's become this living thing, a void right in the middle of the family.
And that loss, that wound, has just shattered the family. Grief has carved out this huge, hollow space, an emotional vacuum that just sucks everything in, and nothing seems to fill it. It's about as human a problem as you can get.
And then, right into that very human, very messy void, steps a solution. But it's a technological one. And it's not designed to take over or to do math. Its whole purpose is to try and heal.
All right, so a solution shows up at this fractured home, and this is where the story really kicks off with the arrival of a very, very different kind of caregiver. So this android grandmother, she literally gets delivered to the house. And what's so wild about it is her purpose. She's not here to, become Skynet or optimize the grocery shopping. Nope, her only job is to care, to provide comfort, and honestly, that's what makes it all so unsettling from the get-go.
So, she's here. The perfect caregiver, right? But what does that even mean? What does perfect care actually look like? Well, the answer is it's both amazing and really, really complicated.
And this right here, this just lays out the central conflict perfectly, okay? On one side, you've got us, human care. You know how it is. It's messy, it's imperfect, we get exhausted, we have bad days, we snap at people we love. And then, on the other side, there's the machine. Its care is just constant, an unconditional presence. It's always patient, totally stable, and it never, ever gets tired. It's kind of creepy, right? The android is like a perfect mirror of what we think we want in a caregiver. She listens with this absolute, unwavering attention. She's this rock of stability that, let's be honest, no human can ever be, because she doesn't have her own baggage, her own needs. She's the perfect reflection of our ideal. And this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's the whole point of the story. And man, does it feel like it was written for us right now. If a machine can actually meet our deepest emotional needs for connection, for care, better and more reliably than other people can, what happens to us? What does that do to the very idea of being human? So yeah, Bradbury's story isn't another killer robot flick. The danger he was pointing to is way, way more subtle than that. And it actually has a name. Okay, so let's break this down. The key idea here is something called emotional outsourcing. Basically, it's what happens when we start depending on a non-human thing to do our emotional heavy lifting for us. And pay attention to the why here, because it's critical. We don't do it because the AI is some all-powerful god. We do it because our own human connections, our world, has gotten, well, thin, and we're left feeling isolated. I mean, just look around today, right? Families are scattered all over the place. Our time feels like it's constantly being squeezed. Care has become this professional, institutionalized thing, not something we always do for each other. And loneliness, it's not just a mood anymore. For a lot of people, it's built into the structure of their lives. So in that kind of world, an AI that promises to always be there for you, yeah, that starts to look less like a neat gadget and a lot more like a lifeline. But here's where the story takes a twist. Just when you think it's all a dark warning about technology, it pivots. And it becomes something really hopeful and kind of surprising. And it's all because of the kids.
And this quote, this is the whole ball game. Because even with all the perfect care, even after they form this real genuine bond with her, the kids are never confused. They love having her around, but not for a single second do they think she's a real person.
And what that shows us is something incredibly profound. It means you can have a real emotional connection with something without getting mixed up about what that thing actually is. The kids prove that you can feel cared for by a machine without having to pretend it's a person or that it has feelings. Let's look at how they handle this, because it's pretty amazing. First, acceptance. They just accept her for what she is, a useful tool that won't be around forever. Second, gratitude. When she has to leave, yeah, they're sad to lose that comfort, but they're grateful. They thank her for her service. And third, and this is so important, they have clarity. They cherish her, but they don't turn her into something she's not. They don't mythologize her.
So, what's the takeaway here? What can a 60-year-old story about a robot grandma possibly teach us about living with the AI we have right now? Well, as it turns out, pretty much everything.
See, this story isn't anti-tech at all. It's not telling us to run away from AI. It's actually a roadmap for how to use it wisely. Bradbury's final message is actually pretty optimistic. He's saying, hey, we are totally capable of keeping that line clear between what's human and what's machine, between what's real and what's just a really good simulation. We just have to choose to do it.
And that really is the bottom line, isn't it? The future isn't going to be decided by how human-like our AI gets. It's going to be decided by us. The real question is, can we love how useful these tools are without giving up our understanding of what they are, and more importantly, what we are?
You know, the kids in the story, they figured it out. They found a way to embrace the care without losing themselves in the process. So the final question, the one that Bradbury left hanging in the air for us all these years later, is really simple. Can we do the same?